Good morning. Today is January 10th, about 8:15, and I'm about 10 hours from being finished with my 72-hour fast. I will tell you that I'm sick, and I started running the temperature yesterday, and I just wasn't feeling good all day. I was talking to my friend and partner who's doing this with me, and she said that sometimes when your body's getting rid of toxins that you can run a fever when you're fasting. This has never happened to me before. There is some kind of sickness going around in the building where I work, so I'm going to attribute it to that instead of fasting. So yesterday at about 5, I decided that I was going to drink some bone broth, and so I had a cup of bone broth, and I guess that broke my fast. I also ended up taking some NyQuil last night because I was coughing my head off, and I just simply wasn't feeling well. And so I imagine that broke my fast too. I'll tell you what I did do. I have my little Keto Mojo tester here that I use. And so I'd already taken my my test to see if I was in ketosis, which I was. And I stay in a low state of ketosis, which is not where I want to be. But I did some reading on it this morning and found out that I'm going to have to add more fat into my diet if I want to get into that really high levels of ketosis where the healing really begins. And that's the whole purpose of me doing this whole thing, is to heal my body. So I did learn that this morning, so I'm glad. I was kind of like, why do I stay like between 1 and 1.5 when I'm 3 days almost into a fast where I've had nothing but liquid. And so I did test before I drank the bone broth, and I did test after I drank the bone broth, and probably about 30 minutes later. And my ketones stayed the same, but my blood sugar went from 87 up to 135. So I guess that throws you out of ketosis. And so that was an interesting experiment for me to do. I do feel like I've cheated because I did do the bone broth, and I do feel like I cheated because I have did the NyQuil and a cough drop, so I wouldn't be coughing my head off. But I'm 5 pounds down this morning from since I started on Sunday. Of course, I always weigh in the morning, Sunday morning up until this morning, I was 5 pounds down. And I imagine that after I eat tonight, which I am at after 6, that I'll go back up. But I'm really going to focus next week on getting more fat. Let me show you what I use. And I've used this sporadically. I was seeing a holistic wellness doctor just about my arthritis and, some of this skin stuff that I'm having. And one of the things that she suggested is this Brain Octane. It's bulletproof MCT oil. And I've used MCT oil when I've fasted, and I like it. It doesn't have a flavor. It just kind of floats on top of your coffee. But it doesn't bother me whatsoever, and neither does this. And I need to really get back to using this on the regular. This stuff, it's really powerful. One of the things that I notice, and the reason I probably don't do it every single day, is that I get a headache from it. And it's called Brain Octane, so maybe that has something to do with it. But the ingredients are only cypric acid triglycerides from highly refined coconut oil. So I'm not sure why it's called Brain Octane. It's just simply MCT oil. And it says there's nothing else in it. But I'm going to hold off on the oil until after I break this fast, because I've already cheated enough as it is. So I just wanted to give you an update where I'm at, tell you this is a tool that I use. It's called Keto Mojo. And you can download the app, and it will tell you, if you're in ketosis or not. So anyway, that's all I have today. I'll holler at you later.